Today we will be learning a lesson on order of operations. You probably learned about this in elementary school. And our purpose is I can evaluate any expression using the order of operations. First of all, let's go over a few definitions. Number one, numerical expression. A numerical expression is an expression that contains only numbers and operations. Remember last week we went over the four main operations: addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. So when it says operations, that's what it's referring to. Number two, evaluate is to find the value of something, to find the answer of it. If you evaluate it, you come up with the answer. You're finding the value. Number three, order of operations is a set of rules to evaluate a numerical expression. In other words, you're finding the answer to a numerical expression using the order of operations. A lot of you have probably heard this before. It's a way to know what comes first in the order of operations, and it's please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. And you notice that the letters P, E, M, D, A, and S are all in bold print, and that's because each one of those letters stands for something in the order of operations. Number one, perform operations with parentheses. So in the numerical expression, if there are any parentheses, you need to do that first. Number two, evaluate numbers with exponents. So once again, first you do parentheses, then if there are exponents, you do those next. Number three, you multiply or divide from left to right. So multiplication doesn't come first, division doesn't come first, it's whatever's left to right, either multiplication or division. And last, you add or subtract, once again, left to right, whichever one comes first. So let's try some of these together. In your notes, we have this right here. It's already done for you. Remember that this little dot represents multiplying. So first you ask yourself, are there any parentheses? Well, in fact, there are. There's a 2 plus 3 inside of parentheses, so we need to solve that first. So what's the answer to 2 plus 3? Instead of writing 2 plus 3, we're going to write 5 now. So we rewrite this expression here. We have now 5 times 5 instead of 2 plus 3. And then I put minus 4 because second are exponents. We have 2 to the second power, which means 2 times 2, which is the same as 4. So now we have 5 times 5 minus 4. So we ask ourselves, what comes first, multiplication or subtraction? Well, if you look back up at the rules, multiplication comes before subtraction does. So we do the 5 times 5, which is 25, and we take away 4, and now we have our answer, or the value. We were able to evaluate it, and the value is 21. Okay, number 2 right here. Are there any parentheses? There are no parentheses, so we can move on to the next thing. Are there any exponents? Yes, there is an exponent right here, 6 squared. 6 to the second power, which is the same as 6 times 6, so we do that first. 6 times 6 is 36, and we just copy the rest, minus 3 times 2. So we did the exponents. Is there any multiplication or division in this problem? Yes, there is. There's 3 times 2. So that comes first. 3 times 2 is 6. So we figure this part out. We're still left with 36, take away 6. And 36 minus 6 is 30. We have the answer. Now it is your time to pause and try. Go ahead and try number 3 on your own. Try number 4 on your own. When you're done, bring the paper to me, and I'll see if you have an understanding of it. If so, I will give you the assignment. But the main thing with order of operations is, if you remember, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally, parentheses first, exponents, multiply or divide, add or subtract. If you go in that order, you will always get the correct answer.